Okay. Wow. It's it's been a long time. I miss this a lot. I kind of just been really busy with a lot of things. Um, I went to Japan with my wife for our honeymoon and our 1 year anniversary, and it was amazing. Japan was definitely one of the best places I've ever been. I haven't even been out of the country, but I've been to other states and stuff. But we went to Tokyo. We pretty much just stayed in Tokyo, but it was still a beautiful, beautiful place, amazing experience. And when we got back from Japan, life has just kind of been going at 100 miles per hour. I've been trying to kind of figure out what I want to do with my life a little bit, and there's some things that I've been trying to do. I'm still working at my full time job, and that's just been killing me. And I just haven't had the energy to really keep pushing forward to making these videos. And I really do miss it. I want to get back to it, and that's kind of where I'm at and why I've kind of stopped posting. I still have so many ideas that I want to do. Like I said, I'm not giving up. There's no way in hell I can give up, so I got to keep pushing through. And I just want to talk about a movie that I did actually see on uh, on the plane when we were going to Japan. And yeah, you know what? I say screw it. Let's do a little review. This is not like a full length explaining what this movie is or a breakdown. This is just kind of like how I felt about it and what I thought about it, kind of, you know. So let's just get right into it. And yeah, I'm back. Echo's back. So the movie I'm talking about is The Black Phone 2 is a sequel to The Black Phone, which is a great movie. Essentially it's about this villain. His name is the Grabber. He basically would kidnap children in a black van, and he would kill them. And he's a serial killer. And second movie, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the first one, he dies in the first movie. And in the second movie, he comes back as a ghost, and it's crazy. Like, you don't think like it would work, but man, it's really good. I had a pretty good time with it. Certain parts were kind of like, I would say sometimes they get a little boring. You're just like, there's a lot of story into this, a lot of lore, a lot of dialogue. Sometimes things don't really get going, and it just doesn't feel as big as the first movie. Like the stakes, I would say. Um, because he is a ghost in this one, so it's like a little different, of course, compared to a physical killer in the first movie, right? But like I said, it's done really well. I feel like, and the acting is so great. The atmosphere is wonderful, and I want to talk about this one scene that kind of came out of nowhere. So the main character I would say is more of like the sister. I Like I said, I don't really remember the character's name, so like it's not a full breakdown or anything. So like I said, the main character is more about this. I would say probably the sister this time around. And if you didn't know, she kind of had like a power, like how the brother is able to like talk on the phone and stuff, but she has like a power, like kind of like she has like visions and stuff. Um, she could kind of see like in the past or like certain things, right? And it happens, I think, when she like falls asleep or something, kind of like Freddy Krueger type shit, whatever. That's when she sees like the Grabber or whatever. It's like when she's like out she's like having an out of body experience. And there's a scene where they go to like a summer camp where their mom apparently used to work at. And so she goes to the camp, and she has like I said, like an out of body experience. and she's like looking, and like they're showing like all these kids that were like apparently there, and that's actually where the grabber um first pretty much started. Like he was like a janitor or some shit, but then he was actually secretly killing all these kids. And I remember being I was at the airplane on the flight, and it wasn't to the point like it wasn't very graphic. The movie's not very graphic. Like there are certain kills that you're just like, oh, they're pretty graphic. Especially in this movie, I feel like there were pretty graphic kills. This wasn't really a kill, but like a vision, like a trippy thing. Like there was a kid. He was just like standing there by the window, and he puts his head but like the edge of the window or whatever, and then the thing it just comes down and like decapitates his head, and like it was pretty graphic. I was like, holy crap. And like just so happened, like when all this stuff was going down, like a flight attendant was like right next to me. She like looked at it, and then she like looked at me and gave me like judging eyes, and I'm just like, it's just a movie. It was a pretty funny moment though. Like I said, overall, I actually had a great time with this movie. I know people thought it was unnecessary, like the sequel, but it was honestly fun. I had a blast watching it. It was great, good scares, good horror, good tension. Um, Probably weaker than the first film, I would say. But if I had to give it a score, I'd give it a solid like 7 out of 10. Recommend watching it if you're a horror fan. Like I said, I just had a blast with that one. And then also, that wasn't the only movie I watched on the flight. I finally got a chance to watch the Chainsaw Man movie, the Res Arc. Gosh, that movie was amazing. I'm not gonna get into that one. I just wanted to say what I watched on the flight, and that movie was gorgeous, beautiful, like one of the best anime movies I've seen, honestly. Um, but yeah, so I really want to get back into making these videos. I have a blast. I felt like we were gaining momentum, and all of a sudden I hit like a wall or something, and then I just disappeared without updating you guys. And this is not for sure like I'm coming back, and I'm like how when I started I was just pumping out these videos, and I felt great about it. Like I really thought I had something going, and then making these videos, and these take a long time, and I know it doesn't look like it because I'm very amateur with my editing and everything. But they took a really long time to make, and just seeing the views and just very discouraging. And then like I said, life has just been so busy. I just finished working 9 days straight, and I have a day off today, and then I have to go back to work tomorrow already. It's just been crazy, and then trying to fix up my house with my wife, our house, and it's just been trying to find time to spend time with family. And you know my dad just got back into the picture, so I'm trying to spend time with him, and he has a whole situation going on with him. So, and then just the rest of my family, it's just so hard to, and then obviously trying to prioritize my wife, and it's just been crazy. Um, but I want to like I'm not giving up. I got to keep pushing. I know, and I hope to be making more videos. And I can't make promises on what it's gonna be, but I have been working on some other stuff. So here's hoping to making more content and making more YouTube videos. And if you guys stick around, I hope you do. I've lost a few subscribers, but that's okay. Like I said, we're gonna get back to this, and I don't care if I don't get any more views. I just want to get back to having fun, and I do have fun making these videos. So, till next time, peace, man.